Saturday morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope all is well with everybody. Your girl feeling better. Still a little sore, but I'm feeling better today. And I was like, I hope I feel better before Sunday or by Sunday, because I want to go to church. I'm still gonna go anyway, because I'm gonna go get me some Tylenol slash the Tylenol Motrin mix pills. Aleve, for some reason, just ain't leaving for me. So it just ain't giving, is what I'm saying. It doesn't work. You know how you take medicine for a long time, and a long period of time your body just get immune to it, and it just doesn't work. It stops working, doesn't make you feel like it did when you first start taking it. So we're not gonna do a leave. I'm gonna try to. I've had Tylenol Motrin before. It was pretty decent. I was watching the YouTubers how I found out about Tylenol Motrin mix. So I never known about it. And when I found out about it, I was like, because she said she had I can't never pronounce this word, but she said she suffers from psychiatric something pain in her body. And I'm like, that sounds so similar to what I'm dealing with just ongoing pain in my body every day. It's like every day. Sometimes it eases up, and sometimes it doesn't. And she says, well, I take one of these a day, the Tylenol Motrin. I'm like, the doctors, she says the doctors really can't do anything for it. So they just tell her to take, you know, pills and stuff for it, which is crazy because I really hate taking a lot of pills. I really don't like that, but never really been into taking, like, I'll take a leaves. Yeah, I've taken Excedrin before, but I'm just saying too keen on taking too many different types of pills because that can also cause damage to your insides. We don't really want that because I already got stuff going on. Honey, I don't need no more than nothing else stacked on top of what I already got going on. Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that because my back was giving me some problems a few days back. Now it's eased up. Today I feel a little bit better. I'm gonna say a lot better with my back because my back was really paining me. It was paining me. It was paining me bad. And so today I can say that it is subsided. The pain has came down. The pain level, I would say, from 0 to 5, 0 to 5. I would say 4.5. I would say a solid 4.5, almost a 5. Yeah. 1 to 10, 0 to 10, 1 to 10. I would say a good solid 8.5. Yeah, and that's good. That's great. That's real, real good, right? Earl. Yeah. And jump into something else real quick. I'm so happy that week, this month, is almost out. Actually, my brother's birthday. That's right. My brother and my sister's birthday is this month. My brother's birthday is August the 30th. I want to go over to his house, so I'm going to save some money to go over there. They always want gas money, and I get it because I'm not taking no Uber. I am not taking no Uber, so I'm going to go to my brother's house on his birthday. I don't even know what date August the 30th falls on, but I'm going to find out. Because I want to go over there and hang out with my brother, and I'm going to go over there and hang out with my brother for his birthday. I sure am. I said that with an attitude because I know my little sister gonna be over there, and I don't care if she hear me or see my videos right now. I don't care. I don't have nothing to say to her. I'm cool because a while back, about a month ago, she said some foul stuff to me, and I don't got time. I will forgive you, but I can't never forget. It's hard for me to forget. It ain't hard for me. I ain't gonna say it ain't hard for me to forgive because sometimes it is. But God works on me. He's working on me. He's working on me. Um, with that. So, but if she's there, I really don't even want her to talk to me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I don't want her to say nothing to me because what she said to me was real foul, and it was really hurtful. And I would never in my life say anything or do anything that she said she was going to do to me, my family. I would never say nothing towards you or your son. She only got one kid. She only got one son. Well, one kid. He's a boy. And I would never say anything out of my mouth to you. I don't care how mad I am, or I don't care how big the argument or small the argument is. I will never say nothing like that. That was the lowest you ever could have went. That was so low, and I'm still hurt from it. I got my number changed not because of her, but other reasons too. But she don't have it, and I don't want her to have it. I don't want her to have it. She don't need it for what? What you gonna call me for? Some more bull crap? Some more drama? I don't have time for it. No. I love my family. And that's one thing you don't mess with out of a lot of things that you don't mess with, but that's one thing you don't mess with is me, my family. Don't mess with my family. Don't do that. I mean, don't do that. My family done nothing to you. That's why my daughters, that's the only aunt that they know of. And they don't even mess with her. They don't mess with her. Mm-mm. They don't like her. Like her. They don't like her. And I really can't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Family is something else. I'll tell you what. If you don't got family, you ain't really got nobody. I'm just saying, I mean, of course you got friends and stuff like that, yeah, that treat you and everything like that way better than your blood. People that got the same blood run through their veins. You got people out in the streets that will come to your beck and call. No questions asked. But just, and I'm not saying all families is like this because they're not. I'm only speaking on mine. And I'm pretty sure I don't stand alone though. That when you need something from your family, they give you the third degree or whatever you want to call it. They give you preach you a whole sermon. Like, what you do with your money? What you I don't want to hear that. I'm in time. This is my time. I'm in time. I'm in need right now. This is my time of need. And I don't need to hear you preaching to me about what I did with my money. It's none of your business. Don't worry about that. Dang, like, just say if you don't want to give it to me, if you don't want to help me, if you don't want to loan me the money or whatever, help me out, just say it. But I'm not about to run everything down here. This is my personal life, my personal business I do with my money. I don't got to tell you. I need help. We family. Why is it so important to you what I did with my money? Why you want to know being, I need help. So, like I said, there's people that come to me, my beck and call every time I need help. And they're not even my family. No blood running through our veins, honey. No same blood, nothing. They're not my family. But they should be. Yeah, I want butter. You know that. Yeah. So, yeah. Like family. My family is something else. I'll tell you. My family is so dysfunctional. They are. It is hurtful because I don't even know how many brothers and sisters that my dad, or how many kids that my dad made in this world. Because he was a Rolling Stone. Rest in peace, Dad. Love him to death. I look just like him. Just like my father. I look just like my father. Head to toe. And I don't know how many, because he was in the war. My dad fought in the war. He was over in the war. And he had relations on my mom. Like he went out on my mom. Like, come on. So he had kids with Philippine women over there. Women. I don't know how many, but all I know is I heard that we have Philippine brothers, sisters, or siblings, should I say. I don't know whether it's female or male, but I know we have Philippine siblings out there somewhere. Of course, we know we're never going to run into them, meet them, nothing like that. But it's, whatever. It is what it is. But from my mom, I have a brother and two sisters. Or three sisters. No, two sisters. My mom only had four. My dad only had four kids with my mom. Okay, I'm before it's my older sister, then my brother. I ain't gonna mention their names, and then me, and then my little sister. That's it. That is it. That's all. Got me some toast, y'all. Figure out something to do because the basement is not an option right now. But anyways, so yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, my dad's side of the family, a lot of them has went on. Passed away. But on my dad's side of the family, I only had one uncle and how many aunties? Let me see. I only got one auntie living. I think my grandma had like 6 kids. She had one son and 5 girls, and they all but one, are still living. No, 5. She had 6 kids. So my uncle's gone, and then 4. I got. All right, here come that gnat, y'all. Come on, give me a little sauce so I can cover up my coffee. So I got with 5 sisters, one brother. No, my grandma had 7 kids, 2 boys, 5 girls. All of them are dead except for one. All of them gone. My dad, they all gone. My uncle, all of them. My dad and my sister, my dad's sister. I think she's the baby too. She's the baby. She's still living. Yep. And now on my mom's side, my mom only had one sister. So I never had no uncles or nothing like that on my mom's side. Just my auntie. And they both still living. Both of them pushing 90. And the gun got good. They both pushing 90. My mom is the baby of my auntie. She's the youngest, the younger sister. Hmm. Yep. Yep. Got a lot of cousins. A lot of cousins on both sides. My dad's side, his family's bigger than my mom's side. It was bigger. A lot of them died out, passed away. Yep. In fact, one of my cousins on my dad's side hit me up on Facebook, sent me a friend request rather. So I ain't accepted yet. Why? For what? I've been on Facebook. You never sent me one until like a month ago or two. No, I'm good. For what? Even when before I even became, or before I even found out or known about Facebook, my family never reached out to me. Never. Let me tell y'all a story. Hold on a second. Let me tell y'all something. Years ago, I'm talking about this is before I even start having kids. No, I might have had my oldest daughter. She's 34. I think she might have been already born. I think she might have been the only one. Her and the one that's under her. Excuse me. Um, Let me tell you how foul my dad's side of the family is. They something else. That's why I don't mess with them today. That's just why I don't mess with them. I don't even feel bad that they don't mess with me. That's why when I said my cousin sent me a friend request on Facebook, I looked at that thing like, really? I just skipped over that and kept going. It's still sitting there too. I should just go ahead and delete it and remove it. So it was years ago, as I was saying, a couple years, not even a couple years. What am I talking about? It was like 30 plus years ago when I first had my first daughter. My cousin, y'all might know him. I might have heard of him, Buster Douglas. Yeah, that's my cousin on my dad's side, Buster Douglas. You know the one that fought, knocked Mike Tyson out. That's my cousin, blood cousin. Anyways, y'all remember when he fought Mike Tyson and when he had knocked his ass out, won all that money. He got all he got. I was about millions of dollars, honey. He made some millions behind that. Trust me, millions. So around that time, I was. I'm just gonna make a long story short. I had became homeless and we had nowhere to live, and you know, so I was going through some stuff. I was really having some issues back then. It was just a really trying time for me back then. Young mom, having kids, having babies, and all that. At that time, I only had one. I might have had my other daughter that's under her. I'm not too sure if I did it. I probably did. I don't know. But I know for sure I had my first daughter. She's 34. That's 30 plus years ago. Anyhow, anywho, called him up. I called Buster Douglas up and and I told him my situation. And we blood cousins. We are cousins. Blood, same blood running through our bodies, our veins. Called him up and asked him for some help. I said, cuz I'm going through such and such. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. Can you help me? Will you help me? You know what he said? And I was young, so I can't remember if I got really upset, if I got mad, if I said, I don't know. I might have just hung up the phone and was just like more so hurt. I don't know if I was just like crying, started crying, and just like in disbelief that he said no to me. Like, that's my cousin. I'm your cousin. We're blood related. We're family. I'm out here struggling. Ain't got nowhere to go. And I had my first daughter. She was a baby. And that's what ended up how my daughter ended up with my aunts because I was homeless and I ended up living. Well, me and my daughter, she's a baby. We was living with my aunt. We had to go live with my aunt because I lost my place. So I ended up moving in with my auntie. Oh Lord, and I stayed with her. For a long time, and that's when I ended up getting another place. I stayed with my auntie long enough to get things in order, get things together, get back on my feet, type stuff. And I ended up finding my own place. I ended up finding another place. And so, wait a minute. You know what? That's wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I think what it was is my dad put me out because I had a baby. I was young, and because it's a long story, y'all. But something happened that led up that that would led up to me getting put out my dad's house, and he put me out, and I had a baby. I had a baby, my oldest daughter, and that's when I had called on my cousin, and then when he said no, my aunt said she would take me and my daughter in, and that's when I ended up living with my auntie. You see, our family. I'm just trying to make a point. Like family sometimes can be your worst enemy. You know, family just don't want to. Sometimes family just don't just won't be there for you. They just don't be there. And it's quite sad. It's sad. It's really sad. It is. Am I, and not, if I'm not mistaken, I believe my dad was so upset with me because I had a child at a young age. He was really upset. Now I get it. Any parent be upset. You know, you have a young kid, a young child, 16, 15, 16, 17 years old, still living at home, and they go out and have sex and have a baby, get pregnant, have a baby. I get that you're upset. Because, there's a lot of things at stake there. You at school, you got to go to, you trying to finish school. They want you to finish school. They want you to graduate. They want nothing but the best for you. And they just see all that just going out the windows. But you know what? Sometimes, a lot of times, you can have a kid at a young age and still be successful. But back then, them days, they just looked at that like, oh my God, everything that you, this and that, it's just a whole like mess now. Like you're not gonna be able to finish school, you're not gonna be able to graduate, you're not gonna be nothing, you're not gonna amount to nothing. You got kids, you're having babies, you too young. Like, and I get that point, but never, I get that part, but never tell your child they ain't gonna never amount to nothing or that they can't succeed still because they got a kid. Don't tell them that. Then you're gonna put that in their mind, make them think that they really can't do it. And that's what my dad did to me. He told Buster Douglas not to help me. I remember that he told him, if my daughter call you asking you for help, because he knew I was gonna call him. He told Buster Douglas, his nephew, not to help me. He said, don't help her. And you know what, my daggone cousin, he didn't even he listened to my dad basically, and he didn't help me. He listened to my daddy. Didn't care that I was homeless on the street with a baby. He didn't care. He didn't care. He listened to my father. When my father told him, if she call you and ask you for help, don't help her. And he listened to him. Yep, sure did. My dad was just that pissed and upset and angry and mad that I went and had a baby at a young age. I was like 16 years old when I got pregnant. My first child. And it hurt my daddy something terrible. It did. But to the point where he put me out and told my cousin not to help me if I called him. So that's how I ended up living with my auntie. And then I was homeless for a while, for a long while. I mean, I was living from pillar to post, shelters. You know, I had to stay in shelters with my daughter, and I ended up being I've been in shelters quite a bit. That's years and years ago. Thank God I'm not in that situation. He brought me out of that, because I was in a shelter, the very last shelter I stayed in. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was the YWCA, somewhere around. Like I think it was the YWCA or YC something. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I stayed there, met a couple. They let me stay with them when they moved out. So I got my place. That didn't work out too well because her husband kept hitting on me. So they put me out. She put me out because she thought I wanted her husband when it was the other way around. Same deal I'm dealing with right here in this church. Anyways, yeah. So she put me out, and I had to go stay with somebody else. And I ended up staying there, and I ended up getting my place. It came through, okay, and it was just something. I had a rough life, like we all have, a lot of us. Having babies early, not finishing school. I didn't graduate. I told y'all that in one of my previous, well, videos I made a long time ago. I didn't finish school. That's why I'm so proud that I got two daughters that I raised, okay, that graduated and got careers, jobs, they in college. I love it. I'm very proud of myself because I wanted my kids to have what I didn't have. And that's a lot of us parents, we strive for that to make sure our kids do better than what we did when we were growing up in school or do good like we did. Because there's a lot of parents that did their thing. They finished school, they graduated, they have careers, and their kids followed their same footsteps. So, yes, but the ones that did not, unfortunately, When they raise their kids, they want their kids not to follow, right, their footsteps. They want their children to have a better life than what they had when they were growing up. And I feel blessed that my two children that I raised, because I'm not ashamed to say I didn't raise, I have 6 kids. And I started young. So a lot of that had a lot with me not being able to raise my all of my children. I mean, I raised some of them, to a certain age, and then of course I couldn't do it no more. Young, young. Children's services was involved a couple times. Some of my children, but not all of them. I had a rough life. I did. And I just thank God that my two children, like I said, are very successful. They're holding down their own. You know, they don't need mommy for nothing. Nothing. And I thank God for that. They don't have no kids, nothing. Even if they did, I'm still gonna love them and they would be good moms. But right now they're young and they're still, got things going on and they still doing them. So I respect that, honey, because I ain't in no rush. Yes, I want some more grandkids, but we cool. I'm cool right now. We good, over here. Y'all ain't got to rush. Do y'all. Do you. Take care of your life. Get your life right. Get your life stable enough so when you do decide to have children, you're not gonna bring them in a situation into this world into a situation where you can't take care of them and you ready to ponder them off on people, your mom, whoever else, you know. So I'm thankful. My only kid, only got one child that had kids out of 6 kids. All the rest of my children don't have no kids. And mind you, I have all girls. They don't have no children because they all in college. They doing it right. I'm not trying to put my daughter down and have children because she doing her thing too. She's married. She works. Got her own place. They living good regardless of the situation. They still living. They ain't on the streets. You know. So she's doing her thing too. That's why I say having kids, it can either break you, it can either make you or break you, however you say. But don't let it break you. Don't let it break you. You know, like me, I'm getting ready to start taking online GED classes. I'm gonna have to do something because I only got a ninth grade education. That's it. Yeah, my dad sent me the Job Corps and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't do good there. I didn't. I AWOL. I left. And that's when I got pregnant with my daughter. That's how the story really. That's how it happened with my daughter. I was at Job Corps, y'all. I didn't tell you that part, but that's how I ended up getting pregnant with my first daughter. I AWOL and left with this older man. Wanted to go. Oh, I wasn't interested. School wasn't a thing. Wasn't of interest to me. I wasn't trying to do what my father wanted me to do with my education. He wanted me to get better. He wanted me to do right. He wanted me to go far, He wanted me to graduate. He wanted me to get my high school diploma. He wanted me to get my GED. That's why he sent me there cuz he seen I wasn't doing good in regular, public schools or whatever, Columbus City schools. He just was like, "No, this ain't going to work." Cuz I wasn't doing good at all. So he took me out in hopes that I would do better by sending me to Job Corps. Didn't work. He was so hurt. My daddy was so hurt. He was angry. He was mad. He was just like all different types of emotions was going on with him. And it was all me, all my fault. And I feel bad to this day still, you know, because you got a lot of parents that generally do not care, that just don't care about their kids' education at all. But then you got those ones that generally care and want the best, for their children. And that was my father. So I disappointed him. I let him down. I let him down, boy. And I think that's another reason why me and my father did not get along. Because we were so much alike. We were always clashing because we were so much alike. I was a rebellious teenager, child, running my mouth, arguing with my dad, not listening to him, just being a rebellious child, okay? I don't know how else to explain it. I was off the hook. Pretty much. I was off the damn Change, chisel change. I was. I had a motor mouth, baby. I would never. My dad put me out numerous of times. And my mom was very humble. She couldn't like say anything. Like she could not control anything when it was me and my dad. She could not go over his word. If he said no, it was no. If he said yes, it was yes. My mom was just like this, you know. So my dad, he once he put me out, yeah, it hurt my mom and everything, but there was nothing she could do or say, like I don't never want to be in a relationship like that where I don't have no say so. Because if we married, I'm gonna have some say so. Like, you're not gonna just make me just say, hey, it's I got no, no, no. We ain't gonna do that. But my mom is something say I'm not like that. Because I think that's why I don't have a man today. Because I can't. I need to learn how to let a man be a man. But if he ain't right, he ain't. I'm gonna let him know. No. Mm-mm. You know. I wasn't violent, like physically violent towards my father or my mom. I never put my hands on them. I was just more verbal. I was very verbally. I yeah, I was off the hook. And so my dad just said, get out. But he'll let me come back. He would eventually let me come back home. But then when what really took the cake is when he sent me to job corps because I wasn't doing good in school, like I told y'all, and I got pregnant. I left AWOL. He was just pissed. Oh. Ooh, I hurt my dad. I hurt him. I hurt him. And ever since then, me and my dad never had a bond. Like we never had a father and daughter bond. We could be sitting in the same room and we wouldn't say nothing. It'd be feeling so weird, awkward. Like we wouldn't say nothing to each other. Like I'd be even scared to go around him sometimes because I know I hurt him so bad. You know, he was so disappointed in me because he wanted the best for me, and I let him down. You know, and so I was ashamed. I was very ashamed, of myself, and so I just couldn't stand to be around my father. I mean, I couldn't be around him because I knew how he, you know, what I have done, you know, and I didn't want to. I couldn't be around him, you know. It's a lot, y'all. I could tell y'all so much. Like it's just crazy how life be sometimes. It's crazy. But like I say, only one of my kids out of six have children. So I think I did damn good. You know, I think I did. I know I did. Like, cause you know what I'm saying. So I thank God for that. Not saying children isn't a beautiful thing because they are, but if you in a situation in your life right now and you thinking like, or you in a position or situation, however you want to say it, however your life is going, like you might be in college, you might be doing stuff. You just ain't got time right now to be trying to have kids because you got things going on. I can respect that and appreciate that. I am. Because ain't no, like I said, ain't no rush on here. Whenever y'all get yourself to y'all comfortable enough or financially comfortable, when you're comfortable with your finance, you like, yeah, I'm where I want to be with my finance. I'm where I want to be with my housing. I got a place, a stable home. Um, I got everything just where I want it to be. And now I'm ready to, possibly have baby, and because I don't want to bring baby in a situation where I can't take care of. So if you ain't in that situation and you ready to have a baby or babies, I prefer them to do it the right way, the godly way. Meet somebody, date them, get married, then have kids. Sometimes it just doesn't work like that all the time. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It does not work like that all the time. It's not how it always gonna be. It can't always be like that. Let's be realistic here. I'm just saying. That's how we will. That's how God would want us to do it. The way He would want us to do it is like that. Date, get married, have kids. But at the end of the day, don't work like that. It don't work like that for everybody. But anyhow, that's just what y'all got some. I could tell y'all so much. Like, it's crazy. But I'm not gonna sit here because if I look, I can talk and tell y'all stuff from here from today all the way till next year. We sit here, be still talking on this phone until 2026. Okay, that's how much I can tell you. Even more than that, I got lots and lots and lots to tell you. So I'm gonna break it down in different videos and let y'all know what your girl been going through. I'm just gonna give y'all some history on me. I don't care. I don't want to hear no negativity. I don't want to hear nothing. If you come up in here, anything trying to judge me or anything, I'm going to block your ASS. You understand me? And I'm just letting you know that. And that's to whoever. If the shoe fit, wear it now. And I'm being honest, I ain't got time for no trolls. This is life, real life. Don't act like y'all ain't never been through anything. Cause you know what? You be lying if you said you haven't. Everybody that been through something. And everybody's still going through something. So I don't want to hear it. I'm just letting you know. I ain't scared to block nobody, okay? I ain't scared. I ain't scared. I'm not scared. That's the proper way to say it. I'm not. I'm gonna say I ain't, honey. I'm told you. I'm play. I ain't scared. I'm not. I'm 52 years old. Do I still wish my life would have turned out better than what it has? Yes. I know it's never too late though to fix it. It may be, some things may not be fixable. Some things may not be repairable, however you say the word. But I know some things may not be fixable. But there is some things you can fix. Like for instance, like I said, I didn't graduate. I could get back online and do some GED classes, some online school classes, and get my GED. I could do that. And hold on, y'all, my leg is hurting. Yeah, I can do that. Sure can. Never too late to get your education. Now that is for sure, for certain, for certain, for certain. That's never too late. It's never too late to go back to school. You could be you could be 60 years old and go back to school, honey. Get your education, finish up where you left off. Come on now, I see it every day. I see it every day. I'm gonna get me a computer. I'm gonna buy me a computer and I'm gonna start doing my own line. It may not be this year because this year almost out, but I'm gonna tell you one thing for sure: it's never too late. It may be this year. I don't know. I just gotta get me a computer first. As soon as I start making these YouTube dollars, I'm gonna get me a real nice computer, and I'm gonna start doing my work. I might not even wait on that. I might just go ahead and get me one before the YouTube start clocking in. Okay, start rolling in. How about that, Dale? For real. It's never too late to do anything, to achieve anything, to accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. It is never too late. You hear me? And I ain't telling you something that you don't know. Period. It's never too late. Mm. And you know what's crazy? With my two kids that I raised, complete to completion, all the way up to adulthood, because I never had that opportunity with my other kids. Things happen, like I said. But with these two, I raised them all the way up to adulthood. And they are doing so well, successfully. They've succeeded in everything they've ever strived to do, and they succeeded. High school graduates, baby. Hold on a second. Let me show y'all something. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to open them, right? So you can see their names and all that, and their information, personal information. But I'm gonna show y'all what I got in my hands, and these are what my two children. I say children, even though they're grown women. My two daughters, grown daughters, adult daughters, have accomplished, and that's why they're where they're at today. Because I was that mom that I made them go to school. I made them stay in school. They did not miss no days. No days. They was in school. I made sure my kids was in school and went to school every single day. Okay. These are the two that I was able to keep in my possession, to keep with me in my life, you know, and raise. And I'm very proud of both of them. Let me show you what I have. What do these look like? And I have one that's in college right now. Both of my daughters in college. One that I raised, and my other daughter that her father raised. He raised her. I raised her. My sister raised her too. Partial this, part, whatever. But also, her dad finished the job. He did. He did an excellent job with her. I must say. Even though how things went down was kind of like, but he raised that girl. He sure did. And she in college today. Okay. Yeah. So I got two daughters that are in college. Two. The other one she thinking about it. She don't know yet what she want to do, but she got her high school diploma and she has a great job. Great job. My other daughter, she's in this one. She's in. Let me see which one's this one. This one here. This the one's in college. I'm not going. And this is the one that they both graduate high school graduates. I have um, I have 6 kids, right? So all but one, I want to say, is high school graduates, but she still got it going on, so don't matter. She ain't let that break her. Trust me. But look, yep, Independence. They both went to they went to the same school, Independence High School. Yep, diploma of graduation, baby. Up, glory. Yes, these are two I raised, baby. These are the two that I raised. All right. Yes. And I believe if I had to raise all my children, all of them, I would have stayed in their butt about school. They all would have. And like I say, I got all graduates except for one. So they still do that. They still did their thing. Yes. Even though I didn't raise the rest of them, they still did they doing their thing today too. They got it going on, honey. Yes. Uh-huh. All of them got this, except for one. But that's okay. Yeah. I just wanted to show you, like, I'm just, like, grateful. I'm so thankful that I was able to, even though having babies at a young age and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? You still can make it. You still can make it. You still can do it. You still can accomplish and achieve. Don't let nobody ever tell you anything lesser than that. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that part. Hmm. Yep. And these two don't have no children. Now my kids just one. But yeah, so y'all, I talked enough. I need to go pick out what I'm wearing to church tomorrow. I don't know yet. I got so much to choose from. It's ridiculous. But I just want to talk to y'all this morning. Like I said, I got more stuff I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know about your girl right here. I want to let you know some things right here because I know I ain't the only one. So ain't no shame in my game. And like I say, any of your trolls coming up in here saying anything, speaking on my kids, me, you are going to get blocked out of here. Trust me, because I ain't got time. Because that's life. People go through this stuff. Okay, I'm not the only one, so I'm not gonna make y'all feel like it's just me. So y'all gotta come in here and give y'all little opinions and stuff. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Gotta get my little dance in. Let me give me some water. Today for dinner, lunch and dinner is leftover spaghetti from yesterday. Yep, that's today dinner, lunch and dinner. Leftovers. I ain't gotta cook today. Hey, not cooking tomorrow. Nope. We're gonna find something in there. I'm not cooking tomorrow. Mm-mm. In fact, I'm not cooking until next week. Sometime next week. Because they start school, so why do I need to cook? They're going to eat breakfast at school and lunch. Come home, get a snack. Good night. Okay? Good night. I may have some sometime, but not all the time. Now, I know on Wednesdays and Saturdays, or Saturday's not a school day, but on Wednesdays, they'll eat at the church when they come home from school. So that's cool. There's going to be times where it's soup and sandwich, peanut butter jelly sandwich, and some fruit, something, or milk, soup, and crackers. What? Okay. If it's hot dogs in there, go ahead and make me one. I ain't cooking. What you gonna eat? Like that lady said, you don't do anything else. I'm gonna feed them kids. I am. I don't do nothing else. I'm gonna feed them kids. Let's believe that, baby. That's just a true statement. Like I ain't trying to be like. I've always been like that. My kids, I've always, honey, make sure they gonna eat. So don't think I'm trying to bite nobody or chew off somebody else, cause it's the damn truth. If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna feed them and make sure they have a respectful and clean home, clothes, school, stuff they need, everything. Let's go on and on. Uh-huh. That's right. Well, I'm trying to refrain from going to the store to get me a pack of blacks. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. Help me, help. I'll be all right, y'all. Pray for me. Oh, my God. Ooh. All right. It's hot. I see what's going on with my hair. It's hot down here. It's real hot. The other day we had a situation where my daughter was blow drying her hair, and then my granddaughter, I had her take the vacuum upstairs and vacuum the. It's an old house, so she went up there and vacuum in the hallway, and I guess it's so powerful, both of them are going at the same time that it blew a fuse, and so ever since then we've been having this. It seems like the air ain't working. Like I don't. If it doesn't feel cold, you feel it like vaguely. Um, And then we had to turn the electrical thing on in the box downstairs. I keep turning it on and off, on and off, on and off because some of the lights and stuff didn't come back on upstairs. Like the lights down here did, but then some of the rooms in the bathroom, in my room, the master room, it came back on. The room after that was off. We had to keep going flickering back on. I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to call my landlord, have him come out here and see what's going on because they wouldn't come back on upstairs. Some of the lights. Then eventually it all came back on, but ever since then the air's been acting funky. Like I don't know why it's not cold in here. Yeah. So we gonna figure this all out today. See what's going on with the thing up there on the wall. Cause I'm sitting here, bro, I'm gonna bring my fan down. I love y'all. Thank you guys for listening to me vent, talk about life, cause life be life, and so I appreciate you guys. Okay, please just keep me, if you know the word of prayer, okay? Keep me lifted up. Me and my family, you know, wishing me luck because I got a lot of goals that I'm still trying to accomplish, reach, whatever you want to call it. Like, I want to start back. Probably when it starts to get a little cold outside, I'm going to try to start back my GED classes or online classes to get my GED. So, wish me luck with that. You need to give me a computer first. So, um, yeah, just wish me luck. I know with God, all things are possible. So, that's something I'm not gonna let discourage me, and I don't want to go into a state of depression because I could. So a lot of people do when they haven't accomplished things in life that they wish they would have, when they could have or they should have, and they didn't accomplish, and they just go into a state of depression over. I ain't doing that. No, 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 no. We ain't doing that. We're not gonna do that. Whoever's dealing with that right now, anything you want to do, listen. Don't let it make or break it. Don't go into no state of depression. Don't do that. I know sometimes it can be hard, You know, if you need somebody, that's why they say therapy is good. I need to get me. I need therapy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I do need therapy. Bad. I need to talk to somebody. Okay, I'm gonna figure this all out too. I'm gonna get me somebody I can talk to. A therapist. Yeah. So with that being said, guys, let me get off here and get this ice water in. I need some water. My throat's so dry. That coffee just made it even more drier. But ooh. Remember to do what? Comment, rate, subscribe, turn on your post notification buttons, keep it smashed, share my videos, thumbs up my videos. I want to welcome all of my subscribers. I thank you guys so very much. You guys are very much appreciated. Today is the day that I'm going to be going through my 10 of my subbies. I'm gonna try to go down. I'm gonna try to start from the oldest ones and give a shout out. Because remember, I said I'm doing a shout out video for my subbies. So I'm going to try to do the oldest first. It all depends. I don't know. I may just start with the at the top, you know, because trying to go all the way down. So I have quite a bit of subbies, and I'm just gonna start at the top and just give a shout out like that because I've gotten some new subbies. So a lot of new subbies. Um, but any of it, I'm gonna at the end of it all, I'm going to hopefully get to everybody. Now let me say I don't want to say I will get to. Let me say fingers crossed. But now I could just do one video and say, hey, all my subbies, I'm giving a shout out to all of y'all. Maybe I might just do that because I don't know. Trying to go through them and write them down and then do a video. That's gonna be too much, ain't it? Tell me, y'all know. Drop me a comment. That's gonna be too much because I got a lot of subbies. So maybe I'll just do one day. I'm gonna do a video just for my subbies, dedicated to my subbies. Okay, we're gonna just do that. Okay, scratch everything else I talked because you know what? That's gonna be too much. It is. I'm telling myself this. Not y'all. I'm telling myself like that's gonna be too much. But we'll see. Well, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this all out. But I do want to give a shout out to all of y'all. I do. And mm, mm, mm. I think I'm just gonna have something special. You know, I'm gonna do a special video for all my subbies. Every single one of you, from new to the old to the new. I'm just gonna do a little special video for y'all. Okay. I don't know what I may do. We may just do a little. Might have a smoke and drink with you. I might do a little comedy. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm gonna do something. Okay, just let me get it together. Bear with me, and let me get it together so that way it could be right. It could be just right. You know, like the way you know what I'm saying. Like it ain't gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna try to do something, y'all. I love y'all. Okay. All right. Bye.